Hey guys, on today's episode of NBA 2K TV, we take a look behind the scenes at the making of Living the Dream and get some insight from world-famous director Spike Lee. We also help you make the most
We gotta be better at containing the basketball. Let's set up in some one-on-one full court. You know the drill. Intensity. Intensity! Okay, guys. We need to pick up the intensity. Boston drill. Here we go. All right, fellas, good practice. I need that same intensity out here consistently. The coaching staff will be around if you need anything.
NBA 2K TV, we take a look.
All right.
Being on some chill.
Hey guys, on today's episode of NBA 2K TV, we take a look behind the scenes of the making of Living the Dream and get some insight from world-famous director Spike Lee. We also help you make the most out of your My Career experience and give you the rundown of all things new in My Park. Tune in now.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Memphis Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. Last game for Memphis, they picked up the W against Houston, feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay.
The Chicago Bulls are on the road in this interconference game today. And the Grizzlies on friendly ground as they continue this homestand. And, of course, Derrick Rose. Even without him over the short term, they've really come together and are playing some pretty good basketball.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, Kevin, they didn't just let him go for nothing. They got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
And that's the idea. You know, you want to build a foundation on which this team can continue to move upward. So certainly some fans unhappy to see him go, but fans will be patient, and they also continue to be fans.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Elfrid Payton is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Freak in at the small forward position.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Outside, Green. Baseline try. Good as the jump shot falls. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Payton kicks to Gasol. There's the pass to Butler. It's rebounded by Memphis. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And we talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight. The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Allen dishes to Green. Outside Conley. Allen outside. The shot is off. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
The fans certainly got their money's worth in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real gritty win for them.
Yeah, they saved their best for last that day. Got it done in overtime.
And that one's good.
Jimmy Butler.
Butler's got his first 2 points.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Dave Yeager. I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here's Conley. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Conley, the pass to Randolph. And Gasol sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. And that one's good by Butler.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And Zach Randolph drops them both. The Bulls leading by 4. Over to the left wing. They set the pick. Butler from outside. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks. 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jarnell Stokes, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Johnson in for Jeff Green. And Chicago also making a switch. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Butler.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Here's Johnson, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. The Bulls leading by 7. Here's the screen. Livingston kicks to Freak. At the elbow, it's Gasol. The dish to Livingston. To the inside. Udrih grabs the board.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here is Conley. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pass to Stokes. Just 5 on the clock. Shot is off, so the Bulls will take it the other way. Mirotic has a wide open look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Outside Conley. Passes to Udrih. They set the screen. Johnson the screen. Udrih up top, fended by Dunleavy. Udrih can't hit.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Livingston, that's good.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Wright with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. Johnson dishes to Wright. The 10-footer. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Wright's got his first 2 points. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Freak kicks to Dunleavy. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Oh, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set.
So it's Chicago now. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
And, guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays, and if your team goes cold, it really can sabotage your game.
Allen and Green are the wings. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle, and it's Udrih in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Spurs got down to business. He finished with 22 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
And it's Gasol penetrating. Gasol can't get that one to fall.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.